Hi, George O'Connell with another Living Room Chat. This one I want to talk about the TNT and how important it is if you're going to make a push to the U.S. Masters, if you want to make the regional team. We're very lucky in the Southeast. We got 14 events. But at the same time, that's a lot of events. So sometimes our fields aren't really the highest numbers. You'll go to a tournament, like I won a 34-game player event, and that's pretty high for the Southeast. Well, TNT is pushing over 40, so there's a lot of points that are open there. And right now the standings are so tough in the Southeast region, and there's so many people vying for spots. Florida has now become a hotbed for Kings of War, which is fantastic. You got a lot of Georgia gamers that are coming in and making a huge push to make it into the U.S. Masters. And right now, it's all about, even after TNT, there's 7 more events, but if there's 25, 26, the best you're going to get is 113 points, which is still a lot. You win 3 of those, you're going to make the Masters. But if you want to make the top spot and win the prestigious award for being the #1 ranked player, which is currently, I hold the #1 spot, but really in truth it's Sean Williams. He won it last year. Until the season's over, when someone dethrones him, it's still really Sean Williams in my book. Speaking of that, I'm going to go through the current top 8 if the Masters was to begin today. You're looking at Keith Randall. He's number 8 right now. He's got 300 points. Keith is a fantastic player. Fantastic. I think he's the best elf player in our region. And I play elves, but I don't have the experience that Keith's got. There's no way Keith's going to finish 8th when it's all done and said. Keith's just too good of a player. I mean, he sees the board really well. He puts his troops in the best position to win. Very smart. Any type of wargaming system, Keith's going to do really well. So I really expect, even though he's got 300 points, to pop up a lot further. Keith's one of those guys, and when he goes to a tournament, he's one of the favorites to steal that tournament. I mean, he's that good. Going into 7, it's Brian Tucker. Brian and Keith, they were both on the U.S. Masters team last year. Brian's a very good player. He ended up winning a tournament earlier this year. He's sitting at 303. But that was like, I think he got 107 points for that tournament that he won. So that just goes to show you there's a big difference between going to an event with 30 players and in the 40s or the 50s and the 60s. And TNT's got a chance that with a late surge of gamers, we can hit over 50 gamers, maybe even up to 60. So that's going to be a lot of points. And that could really separate people, because after this tournament, there's still 7 tournaments, but I don't know if anybody will have the numbers that you're going to see at TNT. Once again, Brian's a great player, getting better. If he makes the team, he's a great addition. So, and going into 6 this year is Todd Perkins. And Todd, I mean, does so much for this region. He runs a lot of events, so he's pulling himself out of those events. He's always hitting other people's events. He's a player that plays elves too. Fantastic player, great for the hobby. Can't say enough good things about Todd. If there's a sentimental choice that I'd like to see make the region out of all the players, it would be Todd Perkins. Just because he gives out so much to the community. So does Keith Randall, so does Robert Brandon. All these guys give out so much to the Masters. Rob Panouf, running the Masters. Hey, we're very lucky to have so many guys that give so much to the hobby. For people that don't know, last year Keith Randall was the captain of the Southeast region, and we took 2nd, and Keith led the way. So fantastic job by Keith. Todd, once again, you're at 6, brother. You're at 314 points. You're doing fantastic. Wow. You're running the TNT, so you're not going to be able to get those points if you were to finish high. But you got 7 more events. I really hope you make the top 8. Then when you go to the next name, it's Jeff O'Neill. Jeff O'Neill's got a 113 and a 115. he's way up there in all the tournaments. And then he's got a 86 from the Masters because they went on Paragon score, not battle. And I think he tied for 4th in battle points. So he could have had like a big 128, 126 game off of that, and he'd be our leader in our region. And the sad thing is, he's about to get even better because not only is Jeff's a fantastic player, but he's really learning how to play those orcs and those goblin armies. And I think the new twists to the rules, the new Clash of Kings supplement has made goblins an even more threat. And wow, going into TNT, I think he's got the best chance to win this event. Do not be surprised. If I had to put my money on somebody, I'd be going with his list. You watch. You watch. I'm telling you, the changes have made his army even better. His army didn't get hit by the changes. So his strong army is now taking that next step up. So, wow. Jeff O'Neill. Don't be surprised if he walks away with the Iron Man and is the #1 player in our region as the best player. After him is Tim Smith. Tim, big season this year. Playing huge. Manticon, he really showed his true colors. He's just been playing some fantastic, and at a high level. Seeing Tim there at 4, it would not surprise me if he finishes 3rd or 2nd. Can he take over that #1 shot from Sean Williams? I don't know that. Sean's won more events than anybody else in our region, and there's a reason for that. So, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is a big event, TNT, and he puts up big numbers. Tim Smith could walk away as the best player. Now, the person that really has the best odds on winning winning the Ironman in our region is currently at #3, because at the Masters he walked away with 126 points. That's a lot of points. So if Robert Brandon finishes top 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, you add those points onto that 126, he's going to be so far up there off of those 2 events. And with 7 events going, all he needs is like 110 or 112, and he could win the whole ball of wax. Fantastic player, Robert Brandon. Good sportsman. Does a lot for the community, behind the scenes, running events. Him and Todd run more events than anyone else. So they really handicap themselves, because a lot of us will play more events than them because they're running events. And if it wasn't for people like them, the TOs, that's what really makes the Southeast region go. So, and he's also was our Iron Man with a different game. So, do not be surprised. Robert Brandon ends up being #1. That 126 is huge. Huge. That's why TNT is so big, people. If you want to make a run at the U.S. Masters and be a part of the team of the Southeast region, this event's going to be worth a lot of points. So it's a good reason to hit that event. I'm really hoping that people, if you're watching my video and you haven't attended yet, haven't signed up yet, that you call Todd Perkins and you get your name in. It's only a week, 8 days to go. You can get in there. #2, the Beast, Sean Williams. Once again, he's in 2nd place right now, but he's nipping at my heels. He's at 336. He's got a 7-point lead on Robert Brandon, but Robert's got that big 126. Now, Sean's 2 biggest games are 116 and 119. That's consistent as heck. Don't be surprised he throws up another 118, 119, 120. He can win this whole thing. I got Jeff O'Neill's clubmate as the favorite for this event. I just think the rules of Clash of Kings has just pushed him a little further up. But Sean Williams is going to be top 3. If he's not top 3, I'll be shocked. I think consistently he's our best player. So #1 rank is me. I've been sucking it up on the internet saying it as loud and proud as for as long as I can, because I don't know how much longer I will have control of that #1 spot. So, I got a lot of points. I'm sitting at 142. My big two events have been 117, 118. I've had a nice start this season. I think my low was like a 107 out of the 3 events I hit for the Southeast region for the counting. TNT, I'm excited. I finally got the elves all painted up. I love how they came out. I put a lot of work into those suckers. People gave me free models to boot, so the Army's special to me. But TNT, right around the corner, people. That's the top 8 players right now that are going to make the ranks. And I didn't talk about some of the other armies and other players where they're at, but you got the Brian Ruttels, the Boy Bruces, the David McCumbers, Justin Reagan, Seth Cook, who are all going to be pushing to make a spot on the Southeast Masters team. And other players. I mean, that's a hotbed right now in the Southeast. We got Florida, we got Georgia really hitting up big tournaments. There's 7 more after this, but the problem with those tournaments, I don't see them hitting 30. If they hit 30 or more, I'd be shocked. So at the best you're going to get is 115 points, but they could be 20, 22, 18, 16 players. You just don't know just because there's so many events. I'm hoping next year at the U.S. Masters that they pare down, because it's impossible to hit 14 events. But then again, maybe they shouldn't want to do that, because you get more gamers, more people playing, and sometimes work or family will stop you from going to events. So I'll let the bigger guys at the U.S. Masters decide what they're going to do with that and the Southeast region. All I know is the Southeast region is in great hands. The leadership at the top going down is fantastic. It's a great season. So I hope this video lights a fire in some people to get them to sign up. Let's get 50 players at TNT. Thanks for everything, and I hope you enjoyed the video.